all people born on this earth are in the nature and likeness of God. All the people born on the earth are in the nature and likeness of God. So, and the breath of life. Remember, Genesis 2:7 talks about the breath of life, which God breathed out into the form of man. So this breath of life is truly the life of God that comes from the being of God. And again, we have said, we must remember a fact that the life of God is supernatural. God is supernatural, and his life is supernatural. So this breath of life, this breath of life is supernatural. This breath of life, which he breathed into the house of man, is supernatural. And because it is supernatural, this breath of life gave the mud life. It caused mud to become a living being. This breath of life, which is supernatural, it caused the mud to become flesh and blood. And you know, when this life comes out of that body dies, because that body cannot live without the breath of life, without the life of God. And the life of God lives in your body. The life of God lives in your body. So we can say that you are the personality, you are the supernatural personality who lives in that body. You are the life of God who lives in that body. And because you are the life of God who lives in that body, you are the breath of life of God who lives in that body, which means you are supernatural. You are supernatural. And we can say that you are the active personality, and you are the life of God in that body. You are the breath of life, and you are supernatural. You are supernatural, and God has given you instructions to live by. So when God has sent you to live in that body, and also sent you again to live on the planet Earth, he has written out instructions for you to live by. Instruction to live by when you live on earth, so that you may follow these rules. His desire is that you may follow these rules and these directives and these instructions. As you interact and transact in many avenues of life, as you interact and transact in many avenues of your life on the earth, in your daily life for many years, it is the desire of God that you may use and obey those instructions, that you may use those statutes that he has written for you there, that you may use those commandments that he has written for you there. So it is important that you may know them, that you memorize them. And obeying the instructions of God is therefore of great value. Obeying these instructions of God is of great value. Let us remember that the word of God, it is written, it is the word of God. It is the word of God, and this word in itself is supernatural, because the word of God is spirit and it is life. The word of God is spirit and it is life, and it is written out to help you in your daily life, so that one, you may not fall into sin, you may not become a captive of sin. And again, so that your life may not be chained up or locked up or fall into imprisonment or become a captive or become a slave, or you become a slave by circumstances. The instructions of God is of great value to you and me, because it protects your supernatural life. It protects your supernatural life from being chained or locked up in captivity or in bondage, as you may read in Isaiah 61, verse 1 to 3.